Everyone, if you have this sewing machine, Brother VX800, I'll put the link description down below, more details with user manual. If you see, this is this dial here, it's for the length, stitch length. So 0 basically stays in the same place. Very small forward, remove 1, 2, and so on. See? So 4 is the maximum speed for the stitch length. If you're gonna go back, simply press this. When you press this, it'll go back. So same thing, by reverse also it can go. This is the, so when you get 0, you can't press it because it's 0. Now see, the more you go all the way 4, and then this will go deeper, as you see here. On 0 you can't press it, 2 a little bit, 4 all the way. So that's the stitch length, forward or backward. If this sewing machine, in some reason, going the backwards, so instead of moving the fabric to the back, instead going this way. So this could mean one simple reason. What you need to do is remove this cover. There are two. Remove both. This is the spring for the reverse and forward. If this spring loose or not, has not enough tension, what happens is the sewing machine will push the fabric to the front instead of pulling it in the back like that. So we'll push it that way. So this spring must be tensioned, and sometimes this spring can be loosed from here. As you see, is attached to the body of the sewing machine. There are two holes, one here and one other there. This manufacturer set the spring at the first hole, as you see over there. So it's all the way there and hooked here too. As you see now, when at number 4, when I push the reverse button, you see. And then when I turn this dial all the way to 0, you can't push it anymore because it's the machine, the feed dog will stay on the same spot and it won't move the fabric. So that's the speed and the length of the stitches from 0 all the way to 4. And there is another piece. When you press this, this is the other lever going down all the way to the feed dog there. So this could be very simple. As I mentioned, that spring needs to be hooked there. Check the spring, it must be tight, very tight, as you see here. So the spring, if it's loosed or it's not hooked at the right place, this feed dog won't work well, and the machine basically it won't move the fabric to the as supposed to. So this is could be simple as this is a reason. Make sure this spring is tight. Hook it at the first hole there, over here at the this is 2 holes there. Hook it at the first hole, and then over there, as you see, it needs to be hooked over there, of course. So this, by moving machine, or the machine may be dropped or something, this spring can be simply unhooked or loosed. So that's why you need to make sure the spring hooked as supposed to be, where the is placed, manufacturer place it. Now this is very simple to fix this, but if it gets complicated, and you see when I turn this, so if as you see this, this is the main, see this is the main lever for the movement. This is, you see this one here, this is the second lever going to the feed dog over there. I'll move this. On number 4, stitches length on number 4. Number 2, that's number 2. Small movement. Now on 0, basically it won't move at all, it stays in the same spot. And if I go to 4 again, press reverse, now it's reversing. So that's what happened when, if the spring is not setting, it's not set right, or it's loose, the machine will move the fabric to pulling it to the front instead of moving it to the back, or the opposite maybe. If your sewing machine has a problem with the feed dog, if it's low or it's not moving at the right way it's supposed to be, so you need to remove those 2 screws over here. the first thing you need to check, this metal, the cover metal must be almost flat with the surface of this piece of metal, just a little bit, about half a millimeter higher. Okay, so you see those are several movement to move this feed dog here. So as I'm rotating the machine, this is the first, you see this one, this is very flexible. That's the whole piece here connected to the feed dog, as you see here. Those two screws holding the feed dog piece of metal, check them if they loosed or not tight enough. If you did everything right and you still have problem with the feed dog, it's still kind of low, not moving, so what you need to do, remove this two screws, put small washers here between this metal and this feed dog, two washers, or maybe try two, until you reach the right height for the feed dog. But the feed dog here in this machine, it's not, some of them is adjustable. You can adjust it. This one, however, not. You can adjust it manually, or by just this trick, adding small washers to the hair, and that's can solve the problem. There is a spring here, as you see. This is the spring. This spring attached all the way down there. It must be very tight. So the feed dog has basically two main motions or movement. The first one will go forward and backward. The second motion or second movement will go up and down. Up, back, low, front, up, back, and so on. And that's how it works. This is the shift here. Move this one here, as you see. The other piece of metal over there, moving is the job for that piece. Move this feed dog back and forward, and then up and down, back and back, front, up and down. There is a very small screw over there, as you can see it, all the way there. This also screws, as you see when I turn it, turn about quarter of a full circle and comes back again. So this screw, if it's loosed, it causes this problem, and this one maybe not gonna move or something. There is one more screw over there. That screw also must be very tight. If it's loosed, can cause problem also, or not having a good movement on the machine. And this screw here, you can adjust it by from this hole here. You see. I'll try to remove this spring and see what happens. So when I move this, and this is the piece of in the back, as you see how it's moving. That's what the spring for. Now the only thing is holding this feed dog gear or movements, this spring only. You see this? So the feed dog has two springs. This one here. Check this spring to make sure if it's tight. And then this is the main spring for this dial also. It must be hooked over there. So let's turn the machine, see what happens. you see, this is the piece for the feed dog, specifically made for the feed dog. As you see, when I turn this, it moves the feed dog up and down, back and forth. After I loosed this spring, as you see, now the machine, it has a clicking sound. Let's see if I put the fabric in, if it's gonna be feeding well. Okay, so what happened now, because the spring is off, and I press this one, and this could basically lead to damage move some of those parts here. So just gonna, this spring must be tight all the way down there. Let's try now. It's just too hard. This is how to adjust it by here. This is the spring for the tensioner. Press. That's all the way. Press again. Very low. For thick fabric, this one must be off. For soft fabric or very thin fabric, this one must be pressed in. This is how it works. Press all the way. That's the hardest presser foot. Press this, release all the way. A little bit, press, and then you can control it. A little bit tension, and so on. A little bit, until if you press all the way, and that's super hard. For very thin fabric. Press this to release. So the way the feed dog works, simply by this piece here, you can see, as you see when I press this, how this one moves like that. That's how you change the movement of the feed dog. Press reverse, lift up, and now when I rotate, now it's reverse. When I release the reverse bottom, see, now it's forward. If this piece here get wear and tear or get damaged, the feed dog simply won't work. So this piece must be up, always up, you see. And that's what spring is for, to keep this piece up, so the machine feed the fabric by the feed dog over there.